I passed the law school admission test, my first try. I'm scheduled to go to law school, but I don't care if it's Detroit, Chicago, Los Angeles. I'm in between college and law school. I'm in the club, and I met a woman. What you laughing at? And I ain't even finished my story. I ain't even finished my story. I'm telling you, it changed my whole life around. Now, I told you, you can ask me anything. Why did a woman change my whole law degree? Changed everything.
Oh, Councilman.
Yeah, she had came in from Cleveland.
Wait,
They
hold
put
on,
that
Councilman.
slow music on.
You was at Michigan State
Throwing
Magic
down.
when them was there.
Women everywhere.
Right. So how that happened once you...
I went home. I'm in between college and law school. They put that slow music on and I met her. And it wasn't her that changed it. Her brother came in from Cleveland. He figured we was a certain type of folk. And next thing you know, he went to interfering and threatening me. Came in my house, tore up everything, glass broke in with a crowbar, and me and my brother prosecuted him in a jury trial. And he kept fooling around with these guys he done met in Flint. And back then, you know, I could purchase a gun, and I did. But we couldn't get a permit to carry back then. It was a different law.
Yeah.
And so I carried anyway, because they scared the hell out of me. And so I used to wear them little suit jackets, and 5 of them approached me. I wasn't the square that they thought I was. When you scare a grown man and you come into his house and you interfere and threaten his livelihood, I defended myself. So when that happened and it moved through the courts and they already knew I had prosecuted and they offered me a deal. They say, Mays, drop all that money and restitution he owe you. We want you to get out of here and go to law school. So we gonna put this plea deal on the record. He stands up in the middle of the plea deal and say he don't want it. I end up doing 5 years probation, went to working in GM, never looked back to law school, never expunged my record. To this day, 40 years later, that felony for pointing that gun and pulling that gun kept me from being the Johnny Cochran that I wanted to be.
Yeah.
I knew I could make millions in law. I end up making the 100,000 with General Motors. So what's the moral to that story? Be careful who you meet on the dance floor.
I mean, they can't get no realer than that.
Man, how the hell was there? You think I'm making this up?
No, I don't. I believe that, I hate to say this, because I know we got ladies in here. I believe that at
1, 2, 3 ladies and 1, 2, 3, 4 men. We outnumber them. Go ahead.
I believe that at the forefront of every fallen kingdom, every man that ultimately falls and comes down to the planet Earth after being at the top of the food chain, I believe that in some way, shape, or form, it's gonna be a woman that play a role.
Adam and Eve, something
Since the
happened.
beginning of time.
But you know, in that Adam and Eve story, God had charged Adam.
Yeah.
He should have told Eve, what you talking about? You know, he shouldn't have made a move. But that's just like on the council where I'm at now, and I ain't gonna fast forward to there. I was doing fine when men was on there. 9.
Okay, so hold on. No, let's talk about that.
But let me back up before you take me there.
Okay.
The guy who I had the trouble with, that's my son's uncle. I got a son, 38, 39 years old, so I don't want to get emotional, but me and that guy settled our differences.
So eventually y'all came back to the front of the table and was like,
Yeah,
cool.
my son's mama passed. We had no choice but to move on.
Okay.
So I give him credit, I give me credit.
You were still in touch with him though. Y'all was tied for life after you met her at the dance floor.
The moral to the story is what I told you. Now I'll be quiet, but I can't. I had to go back and say that.
Yeah.
Because
that changed your trajectory of your whole life.
Yeah, it changed everything.
That's insane. Okay, so you go back and you work for General Motors.
Yeah.
How long did you wind up staying at General Motors?
I worked for General Motors when you add the time that I was quitting and going back to college, and you add the time that I was elected committee man, union rep. I was elected recording secretary, Local 699. I was the unemployment chairman for Local 598, and I represented 9,600 out of the regional office. Laid off, and you go back and look at the 1990 GM UAW National Agreement. I would like to think I had a lot to do with 1.2 billion in there sub-fund. Folks laid off, was running out of money. That was the cornerstone of those negotiations. A total of about 30 years.
Yeah.
Seniority-wise, 23, a total of 30, and then I took that buyout for 140,000 and wouldn't do them last 8 years.
Yeah.
Because I said I'm gonna switch careers again and move into politics. But I can remember somewhere back around 1998, I had went to the UAW Constitutional Convention in Vegas. And when I came back in 98, I transferred to Saginaw Steering Gear.
Okay.
I won recording secretary at the time. I was the highest elected official black in that local. And I'm working on the line, minding my own business. Guess what happened?
What's happening?
I met another woman. It's true, man. I can't help it. It's true. I was 42 and she was 28, and I couldn't concentrate working, and I didn't want to do overtime, and I took her to church. Daddy changed his sermon and said you shouldn't be shacking and living together. She said, I ain't going to church with you no more.